Okay, so I had a request to do 4 sticks, and I was just going to do a drum cover version of it, but I decided to talk a little bit about it before I play it. And the reason being, this song is, I think, very subject to interpretation because, there's really no clear photos or, of course, video of Bonzo playing with 4 sticks. So I would assume that he held 2 pairs of sticks, 1 pair in each hand. However, when I try to do that, it's very hard to hold on to the sticks and play that hard and for that duration without one of them slipping and just losing my grip. Makes it really difficult to keep them both in the same position, basically. And while you're playing, it's almost impossible to make an adjustment once you get going because the groove on this is pretty relentless. As most of you know, if you're familiar with the song, it alternates between 5/4 time signature and 3/4, or I guess you could say 6/4. There's 2 pickup quarter notes that lead to the top of the song, and the beat is basically a 3/2 type of 5/4 beat. And what I mean by that is it's subdivided into 3 and then 2 beats. You could also call it a 3/2 clave. So in other words, it's like this: 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. That's because of the phrasing of the riff, which is boom 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 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3, like that. So given that fact, there's a similarity to obviously take 5, mainly because of the time signature, but also because take 5 is in a let me get a single pair of sticks, is in a 3/2 type of clave or beat structure, which is like this. You could play 4 sticks with a take 5 kind of groove. That would be kind of interesting and fun. Let's see, how would that sound? Dun, dun, dun. Or conversely, you could play take 5 with a 4 sticks groove. So that'd be, let's see. Anyway, I'm digressing. Back to 4 sticks and Bonzo. So the story is that they were working on this tune, and Bonham was having a little bit of a hard time with the time signature and the changes between 5/4, 6/4, just with the tune in general. And they took a break and supposedly went to the pub, came back after warming up a little bit and feeling a little loose. He decided to grab a second pair of sticks and have at it. And, I don't know if that story is a rock and roll myth or legend or what, but I know I read it in some Zeppelin book, at least one account of it. There is an outtake of Bonham talking and kind of warming up before they record the take. And you could probably find it easily on YouTube. There's outtakes from the session. And what's interesting is in that outtake, you hear him kind of messing with, experimenting with a beat, but it's not the same beat. He's actually playing a beat which he plays on the last night, the very end of Whole Lotta Love, from the last night of the 73 tour, July 29th, 1973. It's when they were filming Song Remains the Same. And that version of Whole Lotta Love, at least that ending, the coda section, is not on, of course it's not available officially, but you can hear the bootleg. There was actually a fire eater that came up on stage and did a kind of a wild sort of fire-eating dance while Bonzo plays this rhythm. And the rhythm is kind of like a jungle rhythm, I guess you could call it. Kind of sounds like this. Okay, so with that he's playing quarter notes on the hi-hat and playing some doubles on the bass drum in between. And then this jungle kind of thing happening on the toms. And in the outtakes, you hear him play that briefly, and then he says a few things. It's kind of funny to hear him talking about it, and he says, you know, man, I just would love to get that African thing. And then he starts playing this kind of rhythm. So that's just triplets against the eighth notes here. Just does that momentarily. Now, in four sticks, you don't hear any of that. The rhythm is very different. It's faster, and it's basically the same kind of rhythm that he plays at the end of Dazed and Confused live. It's also the same as what he plays on Moby Dick, but again, it's in 5/4 and then in 3/4. But it's this thing. Terry calls it the Bonham engine. So if you're a follower of his channel, you know what that is. Now, I've seen this beat explained as being, you know, having the bass drum hi-hat alternating rhythm with just kind of like a alternating right-left on the toms. I think there's a little more to it than that. Matter of fact, you can clearly hear that he's flamming often, and sometimes he's playing triplets on this beat, kind of like this. Okay, so there's a little bit more to it than just going. Now, the reason I started off by saying this is really subject to interpretation is it's really difficult to hear clearly what he's playing at all times. And it's also difficult to tell if he's ever playing on the snare drum. I don't think he is. If he is, he must have tuned the snare way down, because the highest tone I hear is right at about a tom-tom tone. So I just assume that he played everything on the tom-toms, and that's how I'm going to play it. But, you know, you can fool around with it and play it however you want. I mean, obviously, when he was playing this rhythm, most of the time he was playing on all the drums. He wasn't just relegating himself to playing on the toms. However, for four sticks, it sounds to me like it's all on the toms. So that's what I'm going to do. And just keep an eye out and an ear out for those triplets, because the alternating eighth notes can kind of morph into triplets when you flam them, like this. You can hear how that relationship changes from straight eighth notes 2 triplets. I hope that's clear. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play this thing, and I hope you enjoy it.